All right, so I just got back from watching Send Help, the latest film from Sam Raimi, who's been making movies for a while. He started off with Evil Dead, which he made seemingly with like a nickel and scotch tape and glue and stuff like that back when he was in college. I believe that's how the story goes. Most people know him for his Spider-Man trilogy. But he got his roots started in horror. Very, very campy horror, I should say. And Send Help is a little bit of a return to that. He hasn't made a movie like this in quite a while. So, um, I've been acquainted with Sam Raimi for a while, mainly because of his Spider-Man movies, but even then, he can't resist putting in his campy horror thumbprint on those Spider-Man movies. The Green Goblin, for example, has so many, in my opinion, at the time when I watched it, unnecessary jump scares for little Tyler. Scared the living daylights out of him. And then, of course, the very famous Doc Ock scene in the hospital in Spider Man 2. So he is, very dramatic, almost goofy horror. And this, like I mentioned, is a bit of a return to that. So the basic plot is that Rachel McAdams plays office worker who is disrespected and unappreciated and looked over by her new boss, played by Dylan O'Brien. And they go on a flight for a company business trip, whatever. Disaster strikes, the plane crashes, they wash up on the island. They're the only two on this island, and they have to survive together. Thankfully, Rachel McAdams' character knows how to survive on an island, but Dylan O'Brien is still a bit of a jerk, and she might be crazy. So there's that going on as well, and I don't want to get into any more without spoilers. So I will say your enjoyment of this movie will depend entirely on how much you enjoy Sam Raimi horror. If you enjoy that stuff, where like I love the goofiness, I love the violence, I love the gore, I love just the over the top nature of everything. If you like all that, you will like this, especially if you're a big fan of movies like Evil Dead 2, which is very much horror comedy, very over the top, exaggerated stuff like this. I don't think this goes as far as Evil Dead 2 in terms of just absolute madness, but it gets there. It's as far as he's gotten in a while. Let me just put it that way. And also, it's a bit of a slow burn towards it as well. The movie doesn't start off super duper campy. There's moments of camp here and there, but it slowly escalates the longer we're on the island. So if you like that, then this movie is made for you. If you don't like that, if you're like, I like my horror to be a bit more serious, or I just don't like, I don't like violence or gore or any of that at all, then you're not gonna like this very much because there is that plenty in this movie. I quite enjoyed the movie. I didn't love it, but that comes down to personal preference. But I did enjoy it. Not love, but enjoyed it. I enjoyed seeing Sam Raimi doing what he does best in terms of editing, the certain shots he sets up that he can do. He can set things up comedically even without the character saying anything. He can just show comedy on the screen like that, and the way he edits things and stuff like that, which I appreciated. Also, the performances are very good. I haven't seen Rachel McAdams in a role like this before, and she's really good. And Dylan O'Brien, as always, is excellent. It's such a crime that he's not in more things. He should be in more movies. But Dylan O'Brien is fantastic in this movie as well. Those are our two main leads. They carry the movie. They do a fantastic job. So yeah, that's kind of it. I think it is, you do need to watch it in the theater if you are a Sam Raimi fan. This is definitely one you should go check out. If you don't really care for Sam Raimi's style, you only like his more mainstream movies like the Spider-Man trilogy and whatnot, you might not like this very much at all, and it's okay for you to skip it. But, you know, if you are not turned off by, you know, a movie getting kind of weird and fun and not taking itself too seriously, go check it out. It might be worth your time. Yeah, so those are my thoughts on Send Help.